welcome everyone! Today we are going to do the Community Challenge Week 4 review, where we have all our different Camellya teams and whatever submitted by the community, and we're gonna check them out. !challenge for more information, or check the link in the YouTube description. Anyways, happy weekly reset! Happy Monday! Yes, it's Monday already. It feels like it hit us kinda fast, right? Azea, thank you for 38 months! Happy 38th birthday! I'm not 38, I'm not 37, I'm nowhere near that, but thank you for 38 months! Yay! Anyways, God, man, I just did not sleep long enough. I woke up at like... I slept at 6 a.m. and then I woke up at 10 a.m. And I'm like, no, wait, when did I sleep? Wait, when did I wake up? Wait, was it actually 10? Now I don't really remember. But anyways, it was earlier than I wanted to, so I'm kind of running on energy drink right now. Anyways, we're going to get into the community challenge. Usually we get started with submissions on the hour to give people a chance to get in. So in the meantime, I'll probably just yap a bit, and then I'll get some like dailies and stuff out of the way, and then we'll get to the submissions. I should probably change the text on the top while we're waiting to actually get started. Okay, let me do that real fast. We will start reviewing submissions on the hour. Let me just slide that over. Ah, totally professional. Totally professional, notepad. No, notepad stuff now. Okay, anyways, God, guys, you don't know how much I'm struggling right now. Just sleep be tired always hits me right when I start stream, you know. It's always an awkward time. It is limited to S0. The rankings will be... Well, the times for rankings may be adjusted based on sequence differences. I haven't finalized the rankings yet, okay? So I'm just putting that out there. But let's say, for example, rank 1 is 60 seconds and rank 2 is 62 seconds, but rank 1 has S1 and rank 2 has S0. Rank 2 is probably gonna win in terms of rankings, because rank 1, I mean, S1 is like, what, 8% damage? Usually, if there's a tie that's that close, I will literally go into my calculator and sheet out their exact rotation, including every dodge counter and every attack that they do. I step through the footage 1 second at a time and input every single ability they did, and then I calculate basically how much damage they would have lost or gained with the weapon difference, right? And then use that to determine the winner. So yeah, I'm not sure on how... I mean, I compiled all of the rankings, I mean, all of the entries yesterday. That being said, I haven't actually, like, paid attention to, like, the times and to see how close the top rankings were, and if I'm gonna have to do that, because, yes, it's a lot of work. So we'll see when we see, okay? So, today we're going to just be going over the submissions. So we'll get to that in a bit. So this is how it works. So again, let's say you have rank 1 at 60 and rank 2 at 62. I would like go to rank... I usually go to the rank 1 and then I calculate how much damage would be lost if they have an even playing ground for a weapon. Cause let's say, okay, again, this is under the assumption that rank 1 has a better weapon than rank 2. So I would like downgrade rank 1 weapon from whatever, well, in this case, we're talking about sequence, right? But in the term of weapon difference, that will also be taken into account. So, yeah. It's a reverse handicap, or whatever you want to call it. Nerfing the top times or buffing the times that are buffing people with less gear, whichever one you want to call it, you know, the same outcome. And it's all stated in the rules that there will be adjustments, so it's fair game. Like, I know some people might feel like it's kind of whatever, you know, when they have the fastest time, except it's not actually the fastest time. But, I mean, at the end of the day, it's not like we're not dealing with high stakes rewards here. We're dealing with like a couple hundred asteroids. It's not the end of the world. But, yeah. I understand getting a bit salty over that. Ha! This energy drink does nothing, guys. I am tired AF right now. You wonder how I sat through 200 AVNC, KC, and Kriara and not fall asleep, and then now I'm falling asleep. Okay, I should just get into dailies and stuff. What flavor? It's rocket pop flavor. Ooh. Hang on, guys, let me show you how cool the setup's gonna be, by the way. Hang on, let me turn off the music. I have this set up already. Are you ready? Are you ready? Hang on. Turn on the TV. On. Look at this, guys. Look at this. We're gonna be watching the submissions. Ow, that's loud. That's loud. We're gonna watch them on the never mind. On the screen like this. Isn't that cool? I set it up this time. So we have a little TV. Very immersive, true. Very immersive. Anyways, we'll worry about that once we actually get to that. First, I'm going to be getting my Lua stuff done. So let's get into that. Oh wait, before we do that. God, hang on, this website sucks ass. This restream. Oh, there goes all the chat. Oh no, there goes all the chat. You love to see it. Hang on, surely it has chat history in there. I mean, I could just pop open the chat myself, but this site sucks ass. This site sucks ass. I have to manually delete this stupid streaming preview thing. I accidentally deleted the other div, which completely bricked it. Yep, there goes the YouTube chat. Oh, great. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. It's okay. I could view YouTube chat from somewhere else. Surely I can see the chat from this page. There I can hear myself. Okay. Wow, there's the chat. Okay. Welcome to Bath. Welcome Elox. Welcome Little Kitty. Welcome Venom. Welcome Ignite. Welcome Alan. Welcome Kawaii Ma. Welcome Akabama. Welcome Anthony. Welcome Anxious. Welcome and yes, it is called no, it's not Poem Panic. It's the but it is the music from the writing of the poem. Poem Panic is like the silly music. Welcome. Oh my god, this is so scuffed. I have to scroll up. Welcome Lefty Blimmy. Welcome Kuchinti. Welcome Variant. Welcome Shirin. Welcome New Type. Welcome welcome Iria. Welcome Camellya, welcome. Originator, welcome. One Kit Kat McFlurry, please. And welcome Zia. And welcome anyone else, cause I'm too lazy to actually put my brain power to use and remember what I read and what I didn't read. Okay, anyways, let's get into quickly doing some little stuff called I need to make myself up somehow. Okay, let's get into some little stuff and get some stuff done before the hour. It's time for the 700-year loading screen. You know, you gotta love the 700-year loading screen. But it's okay, we can do something productive in the 500-year loading screen, okay? I don't know why my loading is this slow, but this first loading screen always takes 1,000,000 years. So I know something that'll wake me up. I know something that'll surely wake me up. I'll hit some lines while waiting for the load. I'm leaned in right now. I'm totally leaned in right now. I do not. Oh, KMS. KMS. Oh, I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it. Heck it. No! My tiredness is showing! My sleepy tired is showing! I mean, I'll fix it, okay? Part of using your brain is fixing when you have a problem like this. And we are fixed. Kind of. We are not fixed! We are cooked AF! I swear I could play the Tetris. And we still haven't loaded, by the way. Just want you guys to keep a note of that we haven't actually loaded into the game yet. Okay, heck it, this is cooked AF. This is cooked AF. But I mean, we're just getting our lines done, right? Heck it. 70,000 year time. Do a real Tetris match? Fine, we'll play real Tetris. We'll just do this infinite mode. Well, it's not infinite, it's like a tower. It's like I already bricked whatever I had going on. Yeah, so it's like PvP kind of, but it's like against like a lot of people at the same time. Note that we still have not loaded into Wuthering Waves, Gathering Wives, whatever you want to call it. Oh, we loaded. We finally loaded. I'll play until I die, okay? Which might take a hot minute, so maybe I won't. Maybe I just kill myself. Maybe that would be better. Cause it kinda takes a while to heat up, you know? Yeah, maybe I will kill myself. Okay. What was I doing? Oh, this freaking adventure log thing. Ah, yes, my screen constantly lagging. My game is on an external hard drive because my main hard drive has no space. It only has like 50 gigabytes, which is reserved for After Effects cache, which is very important. Guys, look! Hey, wait, hang on, you can't see. You cannot see. But I am not tapped on resin for the first time, okay? You know, it used to run fine. It used to run fine until like late 1.2 or something. Now let's farm some pistol materials for Mortify. Yeah, Yeah, after 1.2 they did something. Encore Shanfa, gone is the Camellya. I'm done with Camellya, we're back to Encore. After 1.4 it got a little better, but it's like smoother in general, but still the loading and the choppiness that wasn't there before 1.2, 1.3 is there still. It's not even worth doing a proper rotation here because everything's dead before you even finish a single rotation. So I'm kind of behind on the event. I might chug some tofu cubes just to make sure I have enough. I love this rotation. It flows so smoothly. So very smoothly. It's 10 max a day from using resin, but it's like you get one every 40 energy, so you need to do 400 energy. So if you're behind and you want to cap, you actually have to actually eat some cubes. I totally forgot about that event for a bit, so I'm a bit behind. Hey, I'll have you know that my PC isn't necessarily lower end. I kind of overpaid for it as well. Yes, I did not build it. Okay, I'm not great with hardware stuff. I did buy a pre-made one. It was kind of expensive. Okay, but it's also a few years old at this point. Okay, let's scan by. Yeah, we're farming for Mortify, you know? We pulled his, we pulled the static mist. And now we're actually gonna make him stronger. You paid 2.5k for a pre-built gaming PC and it runs real good. Is that what you're using right now? What the F? Literally the very last one. Isn't there a thing you can hit that just reviews everything? Cause how much is a good computer supposed to cost, guys? How much is a good computer supposed to cost? I don't pay that much attention to the market of the computer stuff. You know, I had a laptop for a bit. And then I realized that streaming on a laptop is a very scuffed thing to do. I'm pretty sure I was on a laptop when I started streaming. Oh my scuff. A $2,500 gaming laptop. Laptops suck ass. They suck ass. You can't do anything on them. They suck. I don't know. Every time I tried to buy a gaming laptop, they were never powerful enough. Well, my desktop, okay, it cost like almost 4k, and you see this freaking potato performance at times, okay? I feel like I got ripped off. Let me pull up the actual receipts, cause I don't remember exactly how much everything was. Let me find the receipts. Actually, heck if I can find it. It's been years. I don't want to sit in here and dig. I got scammed, guys. This one I have like a whole month for. This reset, we can play it again. We can play it again, but this is only for the weekly rewards at this point. I emptied out the star. We got 100 HP clear. It was a lot of fun. This one's done, right? This one's done. Okay, this one's done too. I mean, I expected it to be good enough, right? This hasn't reset either. I feel like everything's running in slow-mo. I felt like I was behind, and now I feel like there's nothing. Yeah, but either way, you know, whatever I paid, I feel like it shouldn't be considered a low-end spec that I'm paying for, right? But it's still potato. It's still potato half the time. It's okay sometimes, but it's still potato sometimes. But it runs good enough for the most part. How old is it? I bought it when I started streaming, so it's been about 3 years now. I don't know if I could afford to buy another one right now. Like, unless I have some serious issues with this one that's preventing me from doing my work, I'm not gonna get a new one. Passing by and read the title, the sickest Camellya run you've seen is by Yumi. Did Yumi submit? Hang on. Did Yumi submit for this one? I don't think they did. I think they submitted for the last one, but not this one. Yeah, I don't think they did submit for this one. That's a shame. We won't be seeing anything from him this time then. Give me a second. Okay, so I'm people asking about what specs are on the thing. It's AMD Ryzen 9 5900, 32GB RAM, and then the display adapter is a 3070. I'm gonna buy the Jinchi skin. What skin? I don't see no skin. Absorb one alcohol. Level up. How does that cost 4K? Don't ask me. Okay, maybe that was like including the monitor or whatever. Did I even buy it with the monitor from that price? I don't know, man. I don't know. Well, I mean, my Buba is on a... It's not on the main drive. I mean, I can't afford to put more crap on the main drive, okay? I need that space for video editing. It's so it can cache more stuff. I don't know, man. It was 3 years ago, okay? It runs pretty good other than that. Oh right, like as you guys see, sometimes like when I was streaming NTE earlier, my GPU would have meltdowns. It had meltdowns during Tower of Fantasy as well. It's been fine on Lua, but there on some other games it'll still melt down. I'm not sure why. It melted down a lot with VTube Studio. Funnily enough, with a 3D model, it actually... The GPU is doing better than with the 2D model. And the GPU exploding would break my plugin for my 2D model, like constantly. Because it would lag the program, which would lag the processing loop for it, which would not send the keep alive for my WebSocket, and then my WebSocket would freaking die, and then I would have to restart the program. So this is done. Wow, guys. Hang on, let's talk about something. There's nothing to do! I'm pretty much already done with almost everything. Like, the week just reset and I have nothing to do, guys. Aside from the event that I have a month to do. Well, that's gotcha gaming for you. That's gotcha, Yumi. And you want me to do the Camellya challenge? Oh, I mean, I guess like, but my Camellya is super scuffed. I don't even have a weapon, so it's gonna be kind of mid. Pincer challenge? We already did the pincer challenge. Welcome to Gacha. You know, I was talking about this the other day, you know? Like, I'm looking at what my friends are all playing, and then looking at like what I'm playing off stream, right? So, as a gamer in the modern day, what is everyone playing? There's like 3 possibilities, okay? You have 1. You play like 10 different gacha games. Gacha games these days are... they're all just daily simulators. So... if all you play is gacha, you must either play like 10 different ones to keep yourself entertained, or you play Gremlin Fantasy, one of the two. Number 2, you could play competitive games like FPS, God forbid, League of Legends, or anything else like Dota, right? Competitive games, at least those have their own replayability. You could be grinding those all day if you want. 3. Actually, I guess there's 4. So 3, maybe you just play fun little games with friends. Minecraft, Core Keeper, Liar's Bar, whatever, you know, whatever games that come out, you can play those with your friends. But those are all... none of them are super long term. So you're just jumping from game to game looking for the next hot thing, you know? Which is fine, you know, there's a lot of great games out there. But let's say you want to stick with a game, right? If you want to stick with a game in the long term, you either have to play a bajillion gacha games, find some competitive game to lay your roots into, or you play some old ass MMO, okay? Old ass MMO. FF14, you know, it's like what, 10 years old at this point, it's old. FF14, World of Warcraft, Guild Wars 2, Old School RuneScape. I've been playing Old School RuneScape. I see people going back to freaking WoW Classic. Okay, WoW Classic. Old School RuneScape. Everyone's going back to like the old ass games. You know why? Cause there's nothing to freaking play otherwise. There's no live service games. Every live service game is a freaking gacha. It's a freaking low effort gacha. And that's just how the world works, right? Why would a company spend more effort to get less reward by making an MMO when you can make a gacha and get mad money? Yeah, just like YouTube, right? Why would you spend hours and hours making a well-researched video when you could just put out a tier list debate video and get more views? Get more reward for less effort. That's the world we live in. Yeah, playing single-player games is well and fine. There's plenty of really great single-player games. There is some that you could even sink your teeth in for many hours. But in terms of like MMO stuff, multiplayer stuff that you want to play, there's really not that much of this. There's not really much of those these days. Play fighting games? No. No. Fighting games are so sweaty, and the bar to entry is so... you basically have to full commit to be a sweat and make your entire career off that, off like playing like tournaments and stuff. It's so niche that it's hard to find a consistent audience for it, you know? As well. I know a friend who's like plays fighting games hardcore, and they also started VTubing, but they never really can focus on their VTuber stuff because they need to grind fighting games like crazy to actually stay good at them. work when you could just be a glazer and print YouTube money, right? Exactly. Well, I do have some bones to pick with some members of the Wuwa community, you know? I posted a video about NTE, a new gacha game that I tried. And basically I'm like, here's the gacha game. Here's the good and here's the bad. Here's what I think about it. I've done this for many gacha games that I've tried the betas on, okay? I put out an honest review. I say what I like, I say what I don't like. But for some reason, there's a certain branch of Wuwa players who feel the need to get into the comment section and basically have the attitude of, how dare you say something about another gacha game? Wuwa is the only gacha game. Curl is the best devs in the world. Hashtag devs listen, you know? That kind of energy. The show culture is strong, guys. And it's all for Genshin to blame on. It's because Genshin exists that the show culture exists, because it's the people who want to feel like they're separate from the crowd, you know? Hoyo shows who converted. Salty ex-Hoyo players, you know? It's literally... I mean, they have the same energy as someone who's salty towards their ex. You know, they hear anything about like other games and stuff, and they're just extremely salty. Am I quitting Wuwa? Who the F said that? Where the F did that come from? Oh, there's a big Wuwa PvP? Of course there was! Of course there was! Guys, you know what day today is? You know what day today is? Wait, hang on. Today is Monday, December 2nd. You know what comes out at the beginning of the month? The revenue chart. The freaking revenue chart. When people start caring about the revenue of a Chinese corpo more than their own life, and start PvP across many a community. Oh, the site is dead. Well, I mean, I'm sure there's still people arguing about revenue all over the place. Some resident shows in my Discord server even who don't hesitate to post a news article saying, guys, look at the Wuwa revenue, oh my god, hashtag devs listens, game's doing great, Wuthering waves forever, Curl, can you actually I'm not gonna finish that sentence, but yeah. How do you get into NTE beta? Lucky dip or apply as a content creator? My multi-billion Chinese corpo is better than your multi-billion Chinese corpo. Yeah, that's the world we live in, you know. You genuinely hope the site never works again. The arguments are so stupid. They are. It's people just, I don't know. It's the PvP that's like the most cancer. And everyone is so defensive, you know? People came up to me with pitchforks when I made a video that said, why are people losing interest in Wuwa? And it was in a dead period of the patch. People got mad at me for that, saying that I was just a doom poster who was clickbaiting and ruining the community. They're like, oh, but Curl's the best dev. What do you mean people are losing interest in Wuwa? But you know, it's okay for people to lose interest in a game, you know? That's how games work. And that's why this weekly challenge even became a thing, you know? I made this weekly challenge because I said, guys, as more people get to the end game, we have less things to do. Look at me right now. I've been legit logged in after weekly reset, and I have nothing to work with. There's nothing to do. That's why the weekly challenge, you know, I have that to give us, you know, something more to do. Cause maybe the real end game is the community, right? That's what I said in that video. But anyways, people were pissed because they thought they saw the negative title. It's not even negative, by the way, but people just wanted to interpret it as something negative. Free asteroids behind me? Well, they're never gonna go away. I could get it anytime, you know? So I don't care about exploration. I'll get it when I'm desperate enough. Anyways, in less than 10 minutes, we'll get started with these submissions. The game is quite boring if you don't have characters to build a tower to clear. You know, I saw this coming from the start. I talked about it in my review in the betas, before the game even came out. I was like, wow, look at this game. Looks surprisingly Genshin-esque with its systems and mechanics, right? I'm like, okay, so what's the chance that it just turns out to be like Genshin Endgame, where you log in every 2 weeks to clear your tower, and you can farm if you really want to, but it doesn't really matter because you clear everything easily anyway, you know? And you know, guys, there has been no community that I've actually been genuinely afraid of, other than the Wuwa community. Remember, I don't know how many of you guys were around back then, but people were freaking getting upset at me, angry at me, and like, hang on, it was really bad. It was really toxic, and that was before the game even launched. Before the game even launched, people were upset at me for saying, the early game is boring. The shills are crazy. They existed before they even got to play the game. Which is why we know that, you know, they're not defending the game because they love the game. They're defending the game because they are pissed at Genshin. You know? It was scary. I was scared to even have a hint of something that I thought was mediocre in my initial review, because people got upset if you say anything bad about the game. Everyone was like, oh, what do you mean? This game is like Dark Souls difficulty. It's way better than Genshin. How dare you mention Wuwa and Genshin in the same sentence? They're like, you don't even know how this game works. And I'm just like, well, I mean, we all know how it works now, right? But back then, I gave it the benefit of the doubt, okay? I gave it the benefit of the doubt. I said, yes, I only played a number of hours in the beta. I didn't make it that far, but I made it far enough to see what the game has to offer. And I saw what it had to offer. So I see the holograms. I see that, okay, if you do holograms, it might be hard, especially before you're geared. But they're one and done things, right? So once they're done, then what, right? And then we fast forward to today. What do you do when you're done with all the one-time challenges and the bi-weekly tower is done? You log in, you spend your energy, you log out in 5 minutes. Except It's 10 minutes for me because 5 of those minutes is logging into the game because the loading screen is that long. Is NTE the Wuba killer? Why do people even compare? NTE is about like roleplay and driving and open world. Wuba is about combat, okay? It's apples and oranges. How hard is it to just ignore those shows? Well, as a content creator, I read all the comments on all my videos. Usually, they're pretty positive, right? Cause I don't do clickbait and post like... I don't go into controversial topics. So most of the comments are usually pretty nice to read. But sometimes I touch on something that does trigger the bad side of the community, you know? And it is what it is. The obnoxious definitely stand out. Like my video on what do you call it? Actually, let me pull it up. Let me get the exact number. So this video that I put out, when did I put it out? October 20, the state of Wuthering Waves, where I talk about how the player base, and I talk about like the state of content as the community reaches like max level. That video had the biggest wildfire of comments I've ever seen. If you guys ever want brain rot, I invite you to read the comments on that video. I'm gonna drop the link on Twitch and on YouTube, of course. You could just check it on the channel. This video triggered the most outrage that I've ever seen on any of my videos. Despite that, it still has a... Wait, what is the upvote ratio? The upvote ratio is still... What is it? 85%, which is low in respect to my other uploads. But it's still pretty high. But that being said, most of the comments are very, very angry. Anyways, I could rant about that all day, but it's about time for us to return to the studio and get into our submissions for this week. And hello and welcome. We are back in the studio. Encore's just outside. Don't worry about her. She's right there. Let me bring the screen back up. Let me move myself. Actually, let me move myself a bit closer. Like maybe over here. How's that? Maybe a bit further back. Now my hair is clipping into the screen. Okay, how's that? Wide screen. It's wide as heck. I should rotate a little bit. I need to potato. Oh, that's not the right way. That's not how you rotate This way. No, this way. Okay, like this. This'll work. You wonder how many of it is bots. Crow bots, we call them. A lot of people would comment on it. They would see the thumbnail and just comment on it without actually watching the video. Okay, now it's time for us to see some sweaty Camellya gameplay. That is. Okay, let's get into it. Let me bring up my text again. Oh, not that one. Okay, well, so let me quickly explain how this works, okay? These submissions, we have 3 brackets. Bracket A is a bracket S will have shorekeeper and Sanhua. Bracket A, your team has one of the 2 of shorekeeper or Sanhua. Bracket B, you have neither shorekeeper or Sanhua. These 3 brackets are all ranked separately. Also January, ooh-ha! And welcome! Okay, so we're gonna start with... Actually, what would you guys rather start with? Would you rather start with bracket S, where every team is gonna be the same? Actually, why don't we start with something where it's gonna be a little different? And then we'll watch all the S tier clears after. How about we start with bracket A, where we have one of the 2. The submissions are not in a random order. They're gonna be in the order they were submitted in. You wanna start at B, lowest. How about the unranked? We'll do the unranked after. Unranked will be like sequences, S6 clears and stuff. So we'll start with B. B for Booba. Okay. Oops, that's not how you do it. That's not how you do it. That's not how you copy a URL. Okay guys, are you ready? Is the screen big enough or you want me to make it bigger? Do you want me to get my fat head out of the way? Maybe we could go a bit bigger. I don't know. Maybe this is as good as it gets. Chat is hiding 40% of the screen. You guys want me to smush chat? I can move chat here. Let's move chat. I need to clean up this scene at some point. There is way too much crap on this. There is way too much crap in this scene. I have to scroll past so much stuff to get to find the freaking chat box. Where the heck? Where the heck? I must have missed it. I must have missed it. Ah, here you go. Okay, chat is gonna be just a couple lines on the top. How's that? You get like 2 lines. 2 whole lines, guys. And I'll move the text down to the bottom. Okay, how's that? Okay, okay, that should be good. Let's start watching. Okay, here is our first submission by Captain Fluffs, Cappuccino 4897 on Discord. So this is a bracket B clear, meaning that they have neither Senhua nor Shorekeeper, and they chose to have Verena and Chun-Li. Let's see how that goes. Hang on, let me pause the BGM. Hang on, let me restart it. Started with plunge on the skill and plunge on Camellya. That's interesting. I've never heard English Verena outside of a little bit. Oh, they got hit already. A kind of camping on Chun-Li for a long time here. But that's still a lot of damage.
Keep the dance going.
Going red spin, okay. Respectable. 10 stacks, very nice. They're using Dreamless, something to take a note of. The downside of red spin, you lose some hits. So I have some comments about this, but I'll save some of them for later, after we finish watching.
Beckon the divine flame. Great sprout of budding seeds. Feed my blossom.
Okay, good cancel.
Deceivers. Crimson blossom.
Actually, not bad, not bad. But a few things to note on. So some people, this is just more generic Camellya stuff, but some people always ask like, why Crownless over Dreamless? You know, Dreamless is not even worth casting. You might, I mean, so this submitter could have switched their Dreamless for, like, they didn't even use it a single time. And as they should, because it's not even worth the time to cast. But, actually, hang on. I am going to make myself vote or something, because I feel like I'm at like an awkward height. Let me grab a stool. And by stool, I mean, There. Okay, maybe a little too high. Okay, how about that? There you go. I'm at a more appropriate height now. Anyways, so the thing with Dreamless is that because it's not worth casting, you might as well just run a Rollstream, right? You might as well just run a Summon Echo and get a little extra damage out of it. And Crownless Cancel, it works really smoothly with a lot of Camellya stuff. I mean, you don't necessarily... Okay, a lot of the things you need to do are in the air, right? So it can transition fairly well into, like, her skill combo or whatever. It also gives you a small buff, for what it's worth. More worth than a little damages anyway. So, when I saw that this was going to be a Chun-Li Camellya, I thought it would be a bit more quick swappy, but it plays almost like a hyper carry comp, right? Like, like over here. If you're going zoom, you typically never want to sit through this Chun-Li skill ever. It is like 1.7 second cast. Very, very slow. So if there's anything to swap out of for Chun-Li, it's that. And her forte, of course. So, yeah, this is, see, this, you kind of sit through two skills here. The cancel is good, but again, this is not, it wasn't, it definitely can probably, you could probably play a little more aggressively with the swaps here, because it's not like you have a sentinel buff that's gonna go away. You're free to swap, okay? Free to swap, free to get some damage out. Did you know that her heavy attack is actually pretty massive value to the quick swap? Let me quickly pull out Camellya. So her ground heavy attack, that's a 3-hit combo that you can instantly cancel and still get all 3 hits off. And it's actually a very respectable amount of damage. So if you're gonna do any funny quick swap, that's probably one of the higher value options you have. Why the F am I lagging? But yeah. Just putting that out there. Of course, if you do your Crownless dodge. For those wondering about the Crownless thing, by the way, Crownless, you get the buff as soon as you transform. So you can dodge out of it, but not that will leave you in the air. Okay, anyways. Good submission. Let's go to the next. So that is our first tier B bracket submission. The next one is another Chun-Li Verena. Okay, let me grab this link. Okay, Camellya, stop moaning in the background. Stop moaning in the background. I'm trying to analyze some clears here. Okay, this submitter is a Ryukai. Same team. Let's see what they do differently. Does heavy attack quick swap do more damage than Dreamless? I would have to run the numbers on that. It should actually be pretty close. Okay. This person's actually using Dreamless. That's the first thing I want to notice. Okay, so skill into Dreamers. Arena 345, typical arena combo. Get hit. Chummy into the punch. Guys, both of these people did the exact same thing. Where they do the Chummy intro, the plunge attack to get smacked by the same attack. You guys both got hit by the same attack. Respect for not resetting that early on, I would reset. Oh, hard casting the entire Inferno Rider. Okay, good. Forte, then Forte, and then we swap out. A little slow on the swap out. Okay, there's a problem here. There's a problem here. You see, did you see what happened there, guys? Did you see what happened there? Hang on. I'm gonna point it out. You see the problem here? Look at this again. Hang on. Why is the setting? You recorded 720p! SMH. SMH. Anyways, alright. This is the problem. You opened with skill, but then your dream was cancelled. You know what's the problem with this one? It means you don't have the skill to generate your Crimson Buds later. It means you're instantly already in... I mean, sorry. It means you're already in the mode. Which means if you do the skill again, it's to jump down. Typically, if you do this early, you want to get down so you could use... If you want, because you need to use the skill as part of your Crimson Bud generation. Because or else this happens. Or else this happens. The full combo is only 7 out of 10, right? Then there's a liberation. Okay, but it goes up a little bit at the end, but then hang on, I need to go back. Okay, so you finish your spin combo. You have 7 out of 10. And then what? You have to press the skill to get the rest of those stacks. The problem with pressing your skill to get down like that and get the stacks before running mode means that you ephemeral and your skill's still on cooldown. I mean, yes, you could do the ground combo here, right? You could do ground combo here, but in this case, we just kind of waited for the skill to actually come back up. Yes, jumping out of the skill is the preferred way to end being in the air. So then you don't put your skill on cooldown. Oh, love dude, thank you for the fire. Yay, welcome to the Fictitious Con. Oh, full Chun-Li auto attack. I definitely probably could be a bit of quick swap over here, you know, instead of sitting on field for the entire holy damage though. Holy crap, that Chun-Li hits like a freaking truck though. A little awkward of an ending, but still not a bad run. Thank you for your submission. Okay. Next, we have a clear that's one of its kind. This is the only clear that used Shanli Yao. By, I believe this one is from Lappy Vanui. Let's take a look. Everyone records on such a low volume. Okay, the freaking photo attack. Let's go. Okay, let's see what we got. That's borderline. I mean, you took a picture, so of course it hit, right? Dual DPS. I mean, kind of almost Chanliao hypercarry for a second. Oh wait! Oh wait! You're the one! You have Discord notifications in your submission! And I remember watching this, having this open yesterday, and it was driving me freaking nuts. I was like, who the hell is pinging me? You have your freaking Discord sounds on. I'm turning the volume off for the sanity of all of us. Turning it off. Let me find some BGM to play over this instead. Okay, we have a white spin enjoyer. See, this is one of the strengths of white spin, by the way. When bosses start flying in awkward areas that wouldn't be reached normally, this will chase them very well. Okay, nice, got the down. Go! Pretty strong! Not as strong as the Chinese, but still pretty strong. And now just wrapping up the last little bit. Not bad. Interesting to see freaking Camellya and Camellya. This comp makes absolutely no sense on paper, but you know, it's almost a similar kind of vibe to what I would expect from Camellya and Chanli. But that Camellya definitely did work that run. Nice submission. I think, hang on. Guys, that Camellya is the only male character out of all of these submissions. You are not going to see another male character for the rest of these submissions. Yep. Why not Camellya Sanhua? Well, it's almost as if. It's almost as if. Hang on. Hang on. It's almost as if there's a disclaimer on the screen that says Bracket B has neither Sanhua or Shorekeeper. Cause you know, if we didn't separate the teams into different brackets, everyone would just play Sanhua Shorekeeper cause that is the strongest, by far. Yeah. So this is what we did to get more team variety for this week. Anyways, moving on. Oh, let's go. This next one. Oh, we have sound. Okay, this submission from Shime39 is Camellya, Danjin, and Verena. Danjin, Verena. This is not purely off meta, excuse you. There are 3 brackets, okay? 3 brackets! Bracket S is Sanhua Shorekeeper, the best team. Bracket A has 1 out of 2 of those characters. Bracket B has neither of those. Worth watching all of the bracket B submissions first, which have the biggest variety of different characters. I say variety, but we all know that one of those 2 is gonna be Verena. Another Dreamless Enjoyer! Another freaking Dreamless Enjoyer! Okay, it's a support dungeon. You can tell by the moonlit set, but I mean it makes sense. You have a hyper carry in this comp, big DPS with Camellya. Okay, getting on the floor. We're doing the half white and probably half red combo. Yeah, half white and half red. This is a very typical combo. Actually stretching out the rotation for Dreamless. Oh no, this is awkward. This is awkward. Okay, there we go. It's down. Oh, energy regen issue. Energy regen issues. And finish it. Nice. Wait, we cut it off after that. But still, this is a pretty good clear. Pretty good. I think this team comp just has less energy generation in total. Cause you see what happened there. After this next switch in, they didn't have their ultimate for a while, so they wanted to probably go into white first. Cause remember, white spin, especially when the balls is stood still, is the better option. And there's one really important thing about the liberation that a lot of people don't realize. It puts you on the floor. Really important. So, cause otherwise you have to either skill 2 or get down from the floor. Get down from the air through normal means, which is a lot slower and is a DPS loss. So this lets you not only get an easy buffer off on the ground heavy attack, but also, you know, gets you on the ground in the first place. Doesn't her dodge counter do like the damage of like 10 to 11 times her spin ticks? I forgot the dodge counter damage values, but I'm just talking about the spin itself. When the boss is literally AFK, so it's broken, we're just talking about the spin damage. Anyways, good run! Very good run. Cool dungeon support. Next, we have... Woo! Oh, hang on, this next one. Freaking Yinlin, man! Freaking Yinlin on this team. Okay, let's see how that works. The amount of Dreamless endures. I mean, fair, because I imagine a lot of people farmed a lot of Dreamless. So if your Dreamless is good, you might as well, right? So Yinmin's biggest problem is that her build-up is a bit slow, you know? She takes a good amount of field time. Okay, getting on the floor. Here comes the heavy attack. Oh, no, okay, never mind. We're not getting on the floor. Oh, they didn't jump out of the thing. You know, going red is fine, but it's preferable to do the jump for the concerto. The concerto use. I think they canceled Basic 5 on Marina there. They did. They lost a stack. Unlucky. Doing a plunge attack right on the start is a little awkward. A good cancel. You see, that's the problem with Dreamless again right there. You have to wait for the entire plunge and then do it. That plunge, by the way, is very slow. DPS loss. Oh, Verena intro is oh wait, hang on. Why the hell? That can't be intentional. She already even has like 2 bars. She has pretty much a full concerto and her ultimate available. Oops. No, it was from Yinmin. That means Yinmin never outroed in the second rotation. No, she did. Then what the F? Oh, they just overcooked. They overcooked too much Yinmin right there. Oh, Yinmin parry. Yinmin showcase is the most screen time Yinmin's gotten for a while. And it's over. Not bad, not bad. Not bad. Good Yinmin showcase. Good Yinmin showcase. I think that's the only Yinmin in this entire event. And next we'll look at another Chun-Li. Another Chun-Li Verena. Okay, let's see it. Interesting. Opting to quick swap the auto attack over the Forte. That's interesting. That's because they intended on doing the full variant. So the only time you really want to dump your stack before swapping out is if you intend on outroing back, which they did. Ooh, wait. Instant instead of going for the whole 10 stacks. And it might just work out with their timing. Oh, they had to do a bit of extra attacks over there. Now this is the awkward part. The boss flies around at about the time where a lot of people get the break on it, right? You get the break, you can do your thing. Doing all this burst without Inferno Rider though. It seems they don't have room to fit the Inferno Rider quick swap in there. And notice that this person, by the way, is using the freaking tamburinas, whatever you call it. Free damage, okay? Unlike Dreamless. Kill it! Nice. That was another cool Chun-Li showcase. Very cool. Roadstrom is higher the DPS than the Tamburina Stain, but it can miss. So simply do not miss. Now this one's an interesting one. Havoc Rover, who, by the way, does nothing for Camellya. She doesn't have her resist shred until S6, which we don't have right now. But I'm curious to see how this dual DPS dynamic will go. So, instantly Camellya skill swap. The full Verena combo, okay? Into Camellya. Into plunge. That was a very late Rover first swap. I think they just cancelled basic. No, they're fine. They're fine. So. Wait. Oh, I see. Just for the burst. Two whole combos. That's interesting. That's really overkill. Really overkill. Marina, she doesn't need to do. She's already at 4 stacks. You don't need to 3 for 5. You already have 4 stacks, ultimate, and 3/4 bar. A little overcooked. Just a little bit overcooked. I mean, it's a good habit, but don't overcook if you don't need to overcook.
Energy. None shall whisper. Shadow descends.
By the way, it's good to cancel your forte animation on Rover, but cancel it with the skill and not the ultimate. Especially if you're using Emerald of Genesis. Emerald of Genesis gives a stacking attack buff that stacks up to 2 times. So, using your skill a second time to get the second stack before you dump your ults would be ideal. Wait, vibration into not buffering heavy attack. Haven't seen that one before. Ideally, you want to buffer your heavy attack because it's better than doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not bad, not bad. Cool Havoc Rover debut. Very cool. And last submission for tier B is another dungeon one. You can tell they're sweaty because they have the camera on the bar, but they didn't use it here. Instantly going for the building up the dungeon stuff. Wait, what the F? I just blinked. And the Verena instantly outroed. It's S2 Verena, guys. It's an S2 Verena clear. That's the power of S2 Verena. Instant freaking outro. Let's watch it again. No liberation. 3, 4, 5, and you skill and you're at 3 stacks. And then you jump auto. Swapping out of the spin, interesting. So they're gonna go for this. So they built up most of the stacks already. So they'll have the whole thing on their dungeon buff. Boom. And look, actually going for the Dreamless. That's the problem with Dreamless. It's a little slow. Instant Verena outro over here. Keep building up those. So they're building the stacks before they're doing the double intro rotation. The thing about double intro rotation is that you can build up the stacks on the first intro and then use the buff to the fullest on the second intro. Technically speaking, the duration of the 14-second duration on a buff on like Sanhua dungeon buff is long enough to do the both parts of the Camellya rotation, but it's a bit more consistent, especially when the boss is moving, to do the double intro one. Why is my head getting knocked around when you guys are dying stuff? That's annoying. Anyways. This Camellya looks hard. Not bad. That's a pretty good Dreamless clear. Dreamless dungeon clear. This was a 52-second run, which is the fastest for tier B by a long shot. The second fastest was also Dungeon Verena, but the second fastest one was 5 seconds slower. So congratulations. Next we'll go to tier A, bracket A, where there's gonna be either Shorekeeper or Sanhua. I'm hanging from a rope. When you hit me with something, it looks like I'm hanging from a rope. Does it not? Anyways, sorry cosplay, just kidding. Anyways, let's get into this. So, our first submitter is using Dungeon and Shorekeeper. You would think that if given the option for either one of Sanhua or Shorekeeper, you would think more people lean towards Sanhua, who is super strong and super consistent. But this one went first Shorekeeper, so let's see how it goes. just a dungeon simp. It's a dungeon simp. You know how I could tell? Oh wait. Cause she's on DPS. She's not here to be a support. She is here to do her part. She is on Havoc set, not Moonlit. Fog! Okay, time to do some dungeon damage. Pretty big damage for a dungeon. But of course, you know, so, Camellya is gonna pull out the big numbers because she's got the buff. And the better round. Okay, white spin, respectable. Okay, 10 stacks, nice. Huge, 265. Wait, what that happened there? That was a little awkward. Good! Good job, Trickkeeper got him! Ooh. Are they gonna skip stream this year? No, they're actually gonna go for it. Plunging on Camellya intro is not my recommended course of action. I would prefer on Camellya when you intro in, you're in the air, right? So you want to do skill into jump, cancel, cancel the jump with liberation, and then that puts you on the ground to do your red spin. Better than plunging. Plunging slow. Because you see what they had to wait for? They had to wait for the they had to wait for the explosion. You wouldn't have to wait for that if you did the jump thing. That being said, pretty good clear. That's unfortunately a hell of a lot of overkill. 273k. A hell of a lot of overkill. Hang on a second. Is that as to... Or am I just crazy? S2 Shorekeeper, I see that. S0, it's the Shorekeeper. So no wonder why the damage felt a little higher than it should be. Okay, next we have a... Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Wait, how the F does this work? Hang on. This next team is... Oops, that's not it. This next team is Sanhua and Dungeon. How does that work? Cause both of their outros dissipate on swap. So how the F does that work? Sanhua gives basic attacks to Dungeon or what? Cause Dungeon certainly isn't giving Havoc to Sanhua, right? Okay, well, I'm curious. I will go see. Instant liberation. Okay. They were so close to peak damage right here. They were so close to peak damage. Wait. Then you can't just do that. You can't just swap off and do nothing. At least hold down the mouse button, then you get some free hits in there. Oh,
その枷を解き放て。骨をその枷。骨をそ。
Hiya! Hiya! You don't. You can't do that. You can't do that. That's illegal. If you liberation of Shanhua immediately after pressing skill, you kill the ice from the skill. And now you're gonna be short on concerto.
その枷を解き放て。やっはっ許さない。
Okay. So Sanhua for the statue. Swapping out, interesting. She wasn't even. Okay, now she's 10. A double intro with 2 flavors of intro. I would have saved. I would have mixed it around. Sanhua intro is stronger, so Sanhua intro on the budding phase would be better. Good art timing. Okay, all things considered, it wasn't that bad. But at the same time, man, definitely a lot of room for improvements. I do think the idea of the double intro with the 2 swap off intros, the concept is cool. Probably mix it up so you get Sanhua intro on budding phase, so that would be a lot better. No mark on dungeon, yeah, that was also it. I was too oh hang on guys. I want to talk about something. DPS Sanhua. Guys, it's DPS Sanhua. She's on Glacial set. And we're canceling the ice. Maybe I should make a Sanhua guide. I keep seeing this, guys. I keep seeing this. Let me remind you guys that. Hang on. Let me remind you that if you... Oh, I don't have ultimate. God dang it. Hang on. Let me grab my ulti from something. I need something to hit, I need something to hit, I need something to hit. A go pop. I think she's not using a weapon. Okay. So, if you do... When you press your skill, you get this ice, right? You can also Jump, you can cancel your skill and still get that ice. But you cannot cancel it too soon. If you cancel it too soon, like this, you do not get the small ice. You need to wait a hot second before you do so. Skill, then cancel. That's the timing. Don't instantly cancel. Like, I'll instantly cancel this one. Or you don't get the ice. No ice? Missing concerto. Missing damage. Especially if it's gonna be a freaking DPS Sanfa, okay? Make sure you don't, miss your free damage. Anyways, cool concept for the team nonetheless. Thank you for the submission. Okay, this next one is a... Oh, hang on, I need to close out of... I was thinking a yet in the background. This is a Camellya without her sig. Sanhua Verena, classic team. By Starman2995. Let's see the clear. You think it was out, it is not. It is about a half a second. The thing you saw was the ice glacier from the ultimate. The ice comes up from the skill at like 0.5.
Feed my blossoms, self-deceivers. That's a fun.
Okay, so this is a similar start. Why are we seeing so much of this, what do you call it? Liberation opener. But at least this time they followed it up with the Dreamers, So we have that. Sanhua Roll Swamp. I mean, okay, we have that. 3, 4, 5. R, E, O. Okay. A double intro rotation, it seems like we're going straight here. Jump? Okay. That was awkward. Okay. Never mind. Okay. Bask in the sunlight.
Stay behind.
Awkward, it didn't hit. Oh wait, this time not a double intro. This time single intro, but the boss is not moving, so surely. Concerto, lack of concerto. Lack of concerto! We're gonna run out of Sanhua. Sanhua buff is gone, guys. It's gone before fighting mode even started. Pain Peckle. Not bad, not bad. Still a good clear. Still a pretty good clear, all things considered. Now, next we have... Oh man, it's gonna be a lot of Sanhua Arena now, isn't it? Oh boy, where did I not see this one coming? ER moment, oh true. Lack of ER moment. Which is funny, cause that was on EOG as well. Which you would think would make the ER situation a bit better. No sound. We play our own BGM. Another dream messenger. I mean, I've got... Verena San was kind of just like the undisputed, probably the best dual pairing that you could take in this bracket. It is what it is. There's always a meta in the off meta. Okay, ground combo, nice. Almost going for round 2 there, that's pretty good. Actually prefer going for the full basic chain instead of heavy attack. But that was pretty good. But like over here, I don't know. I feel like heavy attack is should have been faster to get into that. So what I found interesting. Actually, no, I'm just crazy. Never mind, I'm just crazy. It is a double intro rotation. Pretty good. Pretty good. Oh, you have sound again. Oh wait, but we also have an ad. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna go AFK and get some water. I'm gonna go get some water while Twitch has an ad. We'll continue in a little bit. Be right back. Where is my MS Paint at? BRB. Oh, whatever. I'll just draw it down here. The B on the BRB was too cheeky last time, so here's another one. Okay, BRB.
这朵花你会喜欢吗？
And we are back. Okay, let's continue with this mission. What was this one again? Sharkkeeper Dungeon. Okay. Really, props to everyone who runs something that's not Sanhua Arena. Let's see it in action. Okay, so it is a support dungeon. Okay, so we have that. I mean, that makes sense. That's probably the better option on paper. That's still a really strong dungeon for a moonlit set, though. Take care, Arga. Okay, they got all 10 stacks. So, there's a very large difference in how this fight plays. For if you could pump out enough damage at the start, you see, you can break it before it starts doing the flying mumble jumble that slows down a lot of people's clears by a lot. So now it's just a training dummy. Let's take a moment to notice. How much damage that dungeon is doing on Moonlit set. Very strong, very strong. I think I saw Blazing Brilliance on them, but I'm not sure. Let's check. Let us see. Fully maxed. Yep. Blazing Brilliance dungeon. Very strong. Very strong. Also, Zane, thank you for the sub. Good luck into the Fictitious code. If you actually have a stacked dungeon, she does wonders. So that was 47 seconds. Very fast. The fastest we've seen so far. So let's keep watching. Okay, this next one, now this is an interesting one. This is a unique one. What support do you think they picked? They have Sanhua and a support. Who must that support be? If it's not Marina, it must be Spectral freaking Rover! Spectral freaking Rover! Well, let's see. DPS Spectral Rover, by the way, notice the echo here. You wanted to be a dungeon main, but you got her at S1. Feels bad. My dungeon was stuck at S0 until I was pulling for Yohu. And I did 100+ pulls on Jinchi Banner where dungeon was right up. And my dungeon was still stuck at S0. Dungeon is honestly really fun to play. Freaking Spec Rover, man. Wait a second. DPS Spec Rover on freaking Spectral Resist? Pain. I really applaud the off meta. I really do, but I'm unlucky. Unlucky that it's Spec Resist. Oh, the time stop! The freaking time stop! Let's go! Wait, is this a Spectral debut or is this a Camellya debut?
どこにも逃げられないよ。これ楽しそう。
Instantly canceling to go the ground combo. Oh wait, what the F is this? They're not even doing the spin.
芽生えの時。
Honestly, that stuck rover damage, even on resist, is actually very respectable. Holy quick swap! They are allergic to spinning. They do not want to spin. They do not want to spin at all. No, they do not want to spin at all. They do not want to spin at all. Wait, they're allergic to spin. I think spec rovers spawn more than... Wow, that was a anticlimactic finish. It almost was cool. But bro died before the ult even went off. Because he died to the start of it. No, he died to the detonations. So he just falls over. He falls over in the middle of the spec rover ult. That's cool. That's a 1 minute clear time with a freaking spec rover DPS without spinning on Camellya. Okay, very interesting clear and still a very good clear time. Very well done. Very nice. And next we have Ambidextrous with Senhua Marina. Wow, where did I ever see this comp coming from? Let's see how they do. No sound effects, but only voice. Interesting. I feel like it's freaking 30 FPS in here. What sequence level was that? On the last one? Here, let's pull it off. Just to double check. First, let's take a moment to appreciate the spec rover. Holy crap. Wait! They have two things. They have two. Wait, oh, I didn't notice. It completely crossed my mind that Sanhua wasn't even on support set. Giga Chad triple DPS. No one's on support. Everyone's pulling their weight. Holy crap. S0 Camellya. Yeah. Very cool. That was the last one. Now let's watch this one. This one is in the 10 FPS. Wait, actually doing crowns attacks. A grapple! Guys, the grapple! Interesting. Grapple out of the ground. They do not like the ground. The floor is lava, guys. The floor is lava. They don't like it. Actually doing crownless attacks. You don't need to do crownless attacks though to get the effect. So remember, the liberation puts you on the ground. Normally you could use this to your advantage and do the ground combo if you want to do that, which is technically a little bit higher DPS than the air combo. Oh, that's awkward. That's awkward. Verena finish. Wow. Letting Verena finish it out of all people. A plus for that one. Okay, now this next one is unexpected. This one has double support, Verena and Shorekeeper. Let's see how they do. Another Dreamer Schemer. Freaking Moonlit Verena. Okay, let's go. Oh, awkward. Skeleton dash. It's okay. You have the skeleton recovery. Huh? Oh, they're still going. I mean, I guess when you don't have a sub DPS to swap to, you know. But they made sure to get the break. Could have gone for the fourth hit there. Ground combat. Oh, awkward. They didn't scale at all. That's why their buttons are a little lacking. Oh, awkward. I mean, at that point, if you're already in the air, just do red. Just do red at that point, you know? Instead of plunging. Plunging to get to the ground completely undoes the entire benefit of doing ground combo over the air combo. I talked about this in my red versus white spin video. But yeah, still a very good run. All these last 3 clears, by the way, were all pretty much 1 minute on the dot. You had your Sanhua and Spectral Rover DPS on 1 minute Sanhua Verena, and now a Shorekeeper Verena. And now we go back to the land of Sanhua Verena. Another Dreamless Gamer. Hang on, this sound is a little odd. Controller player. A double intro rotation. So a double intro rotation, you swap to Camellya first, you build up her buds, then you swap to Sanhua and finish up, and then you get the entire combo on Camellya under Sanhua buff. I can wait for the ground combo here. 9996. What a clean number. Very clean number. And then I'm gonna do jump and swap. Then back here. Are 2 ultra buffs additive or multiplicative? All amplifiers are additive with each other. Nice, good clear. So the thing with, so let's say you have Sanhua 38 and Verena 15. They just add together for 53. So this is a pretty good clear. This is very fast. 46 seconds. Very well done, Moonzy. Next we have... Oh, this one's unique. Never mind, I got clickbaited. Never mind, I got clickbaited! Oh, never mind. Wait, it's later, right? Surely it's the second one. The second one's the one I'm looking for. Oh, wait. Oh, I messed up the URL. Okay, let me go find... Let me go find the proper one. Hang on. I messed it up. Where is it? Fermi. This is Ilu comments. Oh wait, I just copy pasted the wrong thing. Oh wait, my skill issue. I copy pasted the wrong one. Okay, this one. Yang. Freaking Yang, man. Let's see how they do. Could have picked Verena. Could have picked Nanjin. Picked Yang instead. Let's see. So it is a moonlit set on the Yang. In the previous weekly challenges, we've seen a lot of DPS Yang, but obviously, you know, it makes sense for the sub DPS to be on moonlit because Camellya is a very powerful main, you know. Should you pull Yinlin weapon or save for Gen 2 as FTP? If you like Encore, pull for Yinlin weapon. That's about it. Astral modulation. So unluckily, this is the one I've been talking about with like the DPS thresholds, right? If you're like short a little bit of DPS, you have to deal with this cringe flying thing. A lot of people break it fairly early on in there or even before. So the thing about Yang is because she batteries energy to the next resonator, that you could afford to run slightly lower energy regen. But obviously she doesn't give as many she doesn't give any raw buffs in the same way that Danjin does, at least not natively. You still have your 20% attack from S6, but there's that. But still, that was a 55-second clear, sub 1 minute with freaking Yang, okay? So Spectral Rover and Yang could be very competitive with the other pigs that are considered more meta. But still, very cool. Very, very cool. And next we have our resident dungeon main. Playing dungeon and Sharekeeper, and obviously dungeon here is not on moonlit. That's pretty good damage for a completely unbuffed dungeon ult. So is it a dungeon showcase or is it a Camellya showcase? Oh, we're going for the ground combo. $46k last hit on that dungeon ult. Very strong dungeon. Good cancel, very good cancels. Oh, that's such a good finish. That is such a good finish. Right on the ephemeral cast. Very, very good. They actually did 2 submissions. They did a tier S submission as well, which we might as well watch while we're here, right? So they did a dungeon one, and then they also did a Sanhua, Sanhua is Shorekeeper. This is like the meta team, right? Hang on, let me see this dungeon. 12.9k attack.
戦いに夢中になりすぎると手加減ができなくなります。あなたは
With two. No, that must be with the lingering buff. That must be with the lingering buff. There ain't no way that's 2.9k attack. Without.
怖がったりしませんよね。
Huge. Okay, let's see the meta team. This is the meta team.
大グレンゲ入力呼吸の種
Instantly. Okay, so instantly going. Oh wait. Oh, this is unexpected. So technically speaking, no, you can't open character screen in tower, but you can open it after, and the buffs might still be lingering. You know, you never know. I've seen lingering buffs from like hologram on stat screens as well. So in a normal meta rotation, you know, you want to do all three, both of your supports intros. But in the interest of a speed run, I'm guessing they skipped the Shredkeeper one because they, like, similar to like this ending, right? Similar to this ending, they must have just realized that it'll be overkill anyway. So let's see.
呼吸の種もっと私を楽しませて
So already committing to a Sentinel rotation, a full rotation because they have a Sentinel buff.
この痛みを感じて
Yeah, see, look, they're actually going for the whole thing. So you see, if you don't lose any uptime, the Sentinel Ultra buff will stick for 90% of the buddy mode for people who are doubting single intro rotations. You only lose the very end.
アドアスト兵器入力私の後に呼吸の種これ楽しそう花の養分にしてあげる咲き乱れる花々よ
Ooh. How are they so short on Concerto over here, though? Oh no, it's the codon. Cause the thing is, this rotation on this team actually clocks down to like 25 seconds on the dot, right? So I was wondering where the heck is that ephemeral cast, and it should be like 25 on the dot. So this one's at 23 seconds. So you see, and this one's at 48 seconds. It's exactly 25 seconds. Yeah, I noticed that. Cause on the calculator, I had to purposely butcher the Shorekeeper rotation to keep it at 25 seconds on the dot. My rotation on the calculator is a perfect 25 seconds. And this one was executed to that perfection. So very well done. Clean as heck. Anyways, but that was a bracket S. We'll get to the rest of the bracket S after. We have one more in bracket A to look at. Yes, Sanhua Verena. Sanhua Verena. You have to see it. Let's see how they do. Oh, you already know they're sweaty if they're taking pictures. For those wondering why you take pictures at the start, it's Cause sometimes when you start in the tower, so if you didn't know, you don't get put into combat automatically when you start the tower. And sometimes the boss takes a second to actually register itself in combat with you. When you take a picture, it somehow spawns. It kind of like, when you take a picture, it forces the spawn, pretty much. That's the TLDR. So then you don't, because otherwise you might swap and you're not actually in combat, so your swap dies. So yeah. What the F is that angle? The camera angle. Okay, so instantly into the single intro for the full rotation. Oh, hang on a second. Interesting. I think that I would have thought they would cancel that a little earlier, but wow, that was powerful. Hang on, I'm not singing things, right? Yeah. If you're wondering why I'm so fast, it's because of this. Arena S2 really speeds things up a little. So that was 37 freaking seconds, guys. Not even bracket S. 37 seconds. The second fastest was 45. Yeah. She's even missing her intro levels! S0. And these are the final stats. This... Oh, Giga attack. What the F is that crit damage? What the F? 292. Good lord. Holy crap. That's like a max roll on like everything. That is a max roll on everything. Hang on a second. Never mind, I lied. My math sucks ass. 16% average. Giga. Actually Giga. Giga strong. And you can already see that they've been soloing for fun before that. Very strong. Holy. Very, very strong. Well played. Very well played. Okay, and that wraps up bracket A. And now we're gonna move to bracket S for it's all the same team. Yeah. All the same team. It's all gonna be Satwa and Sharkeeper. So let's see how people do. Here is the very first submission. Okay, let's see.
Shackles be gone.
Astral modulation.
Astral modulation. Okay, so it's a double intro rotation. Kind of sitting on the liberation for a long time.
Struggle harder. Entertain me. It's getting fun.
That certainly wasn't part of the plan. So a little slow on some of the potential cancels. DPS is still good though. again. Doing the plunge on intro is extremely slow. There's no... You do not need to hold liberation for budding mode, because budding mode doesn't actually buff liberation, so feel free to use it before. Anyway, it's not bad. That was a minute, but we're gonna see some faster runs soon. Okay, next. Why is the bracket A run so much faster? Well, these are not sorted in any way. There's some faster ones down the line. We'll get there. Okay, well, this Sharekeeper rotation is a little bit slow. Doing the auto attack rotation over the heavy attack. Oh, there's the heavy attack. Okay, and there's a second intro. Again, saving the liberation. You don't need to save the liberation. There's no rush, okay? No, there is a rush. Do use it. Do use it. There's no need to save it. Wait! They didn't click on fallacy. The echo on Sharekeeper. Oops. The biggest... Oh, that's awkward. The biggest reason to liberation in fighting mode is if you really want to get to the floor to do the four combo. But they kinda went to the floor only to do the jump attack after and then a plunge. That has to have been a mistake. That has to have been a mistake. Anyways, not bad. Not bad. 52 seconds. And next, we have another submission from Moonsy. Standard intro. Got the forte off right before the liberation. Very nice. So another 2 intro rotation here. Ephemeral on 7 stacks. Which is fine. It's fine. You don't need to have 10 stacks, especially if you're gonna overkill. Got him. Very cool. You know, it's so satisfying to get an ending on that. You know, it's so satisfying. Very nice. That was 43 seconds. What's funny is your Senho and Verena clear was 46. It only got 3 seconds faster with Sharekeeper, which is, that's pretty much the expected kind of. Sharekeeper is like, in a long run on paper, is about 10% above Verena, but that's in the long run, you know. In a speed run, you know, the difference can be negligible even. But yeah. that just like it can also fluctuate with RNG, you know. Because remember, this 10% value on Shorekeeper includes the average value from the crit rate increase. But if you fish for a run where you crit anyway, you know, then Shorekeeper's buff, you know, doesn't mean as much. Tier A's maybe should have been no Sanhua instead. Maybe, right? It's tough. Because Sanhua is just so busted. Right? Maybe she should have been banned from there. But then I mean, at that point it would just be all dungeon, right? You think maybe? Maybe. Maybe it might have just been all dungeon arena. Who knows? Anyways, Twitch has an ad, so we'll wait a bit before we continue. Yeah, it would just be all dungeon if Sanhua was banned. You ban one and it just goes straight to the next, right? We ban Shorekeeper or whatever and it's just all arena. You ban Sanhua, it's all dungeon. So it's kind of surprise Pikachu face when tier B is dominated by dungeon arena clears. Tier A is dominated by Sanhua arena clears, you know. The off-meta thing last week was really cool, because obviously off-meta in a non-competitive setting has a lot of room for things. But when talking about like meta and speedrunning, you're going to basically see Sanhua, Verena, Shorekeeper, dungeon, any combination of those four. Yeah, your Yang was pretty good. It was pretty good, but still a majority of the clears are all like dungeon in A. If I ban dungeon and Sanhua, then people will just do Shorekeeper and Verena, you know, double healer. You contributed to variety with having Rumble. Oh, yeah, Celestia Cat. Yeah, thank you for the Rumble submission. That was cool. There's a lot of characters that only got to see used once because there's obviously some better options in terms of meta, but it's always cool to see people use stuff that is not meta. When we did the non-meta showcase, we saw a lot of actually really good Yang DPS. And even in the duo challenge, Jinshi Yang I think was one of the fastest comps. I think it was in like the top 3 comps. Crazy. Because the battery is really good for Jinshi in a duel. Because Jinshi is like energy regen thirsty. And does not get that much energy in a duel setting. Next challenge should ask for other tier spots being undervote resonators. I will take time to cook something, okay? Yes, I don't have another challenge ready just for this week, but I'll plan out something. I'm not sure if I was going to do a challenge 5 to 8. I'll do some different kind of challenge, and we'll cook it more, and we'll add more codes to the poll. Oh, of course that was your clear, huh? Fair me, you're freaking Yang Yang. Giga chat Yang Yang. Who else uses Yang Yang? Hang on, I remember seeing at least a few more. There bit of humor out there, okay? Bit of humor, but I remember yours. That was OP. Do I have any plans for non-combat challenges? I wanted to do one, but then I ended up doing the non-meta one instead, because I thought that would be cool as well. I might do a non- I might do like a chill one. We'll see. Will there be a new one this week? Not this week. I don't have it ready yet. I'll need some time to cook. Cause based on what I'm like, I mean, I'm learning new themes every week I do, right? Like I did the first week was Rover Solo, and I learned that, you know, if it's just Rover Solo, it kinda gets not that interesting to watch after watching 2 hours of the same one character fighting the same one boss. Thank God some people did some crazy things like total clears and no dodge clears, or else we would have been falling asleep out there. For week number 2, it was a dual challenge with 1 4-star and 1 5-star, and all the top rankings were all Encore Sanhua. Yep. And that's why this time we have brackets, so, you know, to kind of diversify and at least incentivize people to play some different teams, you know? But that being said, there's always gonna be a meta, you know? There's always going to be a meta. Even a meta within the off-meta. To ask me from like a theorycraft standpoint, what is the strongest team in each bracket? It would be undoubtedly Sanhua. I mean, of course, Sanhua Shorekeeper is the tier S. Tier A would be Verena and Sanhua. And then B would be Danjin and Verena. That's just kinda how the cookie crumbles, right? Hadriagon, thank you for the prime! Yay! Welcome to the Pink DJ cut! But that being said, there's still a good amount of variety, and I'm thankful for that. Do the 100 HP challenge? The thing about 100 HP challenge is that it's elusive realm. Elusive realm can have a very wide fluctuation in the RNG you get with your upgrades, right? So I'm not sure about that one. What am I gonna do with content suggestions? So, those in my Discord will notice I opened a content suggestion channel. This is just supposed to be like a long-running thing just to drop suggestions in to get things on my radar. Whether it's a game suggestion or an idea for a video or something. Cause sometimes I'm a little potato and I don't catch on the trends. Like, for example, someone brought up the idea to me, hey, a lot of content creators are, like, putting out some scuffed Fieldscraft for a red versus white spin, and I'm like, okay, I'll do a video on it then, you know? Stuff like that. Cause there's a lot of, you know, sometimes scuffed things going through that would be nice to clarify with Matt. As for game suggestions, anyone who knows me knows that when I dip into a game, it's usually for the long run, you know? Or, I mean, if it's a shorter game, I don't do variety stuff that often, at least not as often as I would want to, you know? Cause, I don't know, it's hard. Variety is hard. So if I'm gonna play something off to the side, then I have to really be into it. But I appreciate seeing all the suggestions nonetheless, you know, just to put the ideas in my head. That's kind of what the channel is for. It's not guaranteed like, oh, every week I'm gonna pick something and do it, you know. It's just, people link what they think is cool, and if I think it's cool as well, then yeah, you know, I'll do it. That's all. E7 content gross. Disgusting. I haven't logged on the game for over a month. I am free. After the season ended for Guild War, I quit. Get me out. I am finally free. They just add big Booba Harsetti and just make her totally bake the game. Get me out. Okay, anyways, let's continue with the clears. Dota! I don't know if you want to see me playing MOBAs. Okay, here is Greason's clear. Another Genius player, okay. Okay, dodge cancel on the Forte. Oh, waiting for the detonation. That's interesting. Totally could have snuck a cheeky swap in there. I'm missing 2 stacks, but that should be fine. Actually, still going. I'm going for the long run. No, does this break? Yeah, it does. Perfect. Oh, awkward. Awkward butterfly mode. That must not be must not be part of the plan. It didn't. Oh. I thought they were going for Sentinel 4-5 there, but they actually stopped. Not bad, not bad. That was just under a minute, but we could go faster. And next we have Arthur 411. Okay, skill swap. Oh, Blazing Brilliant Santa. Huge. After modulation. Good dodge counter. So instantly into the single intro rotation. You guys are noticing something, right? You guys are noticing something. All the single intro rotations are doing better than the double intro rotations.
Vow from the soul.
Shackles be gone.
Oh, no crit on the liberation. Oof.
Stay behind me.
Feed my blossoms, self-deceivers.
Boom! Whoa, 307k. Big, massive. A bit of overkill on that. The boss definitely did not have 300k health. Actually, maybe not. Probably not. But still, cool ending. Very cool ending. 42 seconds. That's a fast one. Very nice. Well played. Good single intro showcase. Next, we have a new one. Ads for Fortnite! Guys, look at this! I'm getting Fortnite ads! Because you guys were talking about other competitive game. Hang on, is Fortnite a competitive game? It is, right? We were talking about other competitive games and now Fortnite pops up. They're listening! Is it me or does that Sentinel ulti not even connect? Oh, going for the ground, going out of the way to go for the ground combo.
これが心
Oh, the good swap of the heavy attack. I like it.
軽減せし監獄よ星の歌よ芽生えの時
I'm really going out of the way for the ground combo here. I think a little too forced.
花の養分にしてあげるその命
Oh, one upping the last one with a 313. Again, it seems that this is a common theme that there's gonna be some overkill at the end, you know, with this ephemeral cast. This one is sub 40. Very nice, very well played. But we could go faster, cause this next one is even faster. This next one is by a Cam.
アドアスト
Oh, sorry. I might have to replace the VTM. Starting out directly with the Shorekeeper. That is a bit different than all the other ones we've seen. Dreamer swap. Oh, it's going to be delaying the Sanhua intro to build up buds. Those are some big spin numbers. And it's dead! It's dead! What the F? Hang on, let's break that down again. So, a Strikekeeper start into Camellya, ult. Dreamer swap, and then finish the Strikekeeper intro. Go to Sanhua, go to Camellya. Start pre-building up the buds. Build up like half of them, and then finish Sanhua's theme, and then do this. Basic attacks to fill up the stacks. And then a second Sanhua outro, and just finishing the job. Giga. 33 seconds. And that's S0, by the way, guys. That's S0. Even the Storekeeper is... Hang on, I didn't... let me double check. Never mind, she's S2. No wonder she's S2. That's why the number's so big. Okay, but... Spoiler. This next one is even faster. This next submission is by Zooist. So notice that these past two clears, they start with an instant Shorekeeper ult. Cause they know that they can finish in that time. Blazing Brilliance on the Sanhua. Oh, missed the Liberation crit. Wait, hang on, we might have sound here, hang on. Same thing here, actually building up almost all 10 stacks before going back. Going for the ground spin. And the dreamless. No way they finish it with... Wait a second! Wait a second! That's S6! That's S6! Hang on. That is totally unfair. I'm like, ain't no way this shortkeeper does that much damage. So I'm like, it had that much health left? And then I saw 40k, I'm like, oh, it's S6. It's freaking S6. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to do some math for this one. Cause this is the fastest, but God, this is gonna be hard to math. Because if not for this Shardkeeper intro too, they have to do some really awkward auto attacks, you know? Oh god, that's gonna be tough. It's 3 seconds faster, but we all know that without this S6 Shardkeeper, without this, that's not happening. In 30, so it might take longer than those 3 seconds, but I'm not 100% sure. The other one's S2 Shardkeeper. S6 probably makes more than this difference, yeah. I'll double check the math after. But still, that was cool. Oh, there's a BGM here. That means we play our own. What the F is this? What the F is this? Who the F is this, guys? Who the F is that character? Guys, is this from the quest or something? I mean, I'm sure you can't use them, right? But why the F are they there? Premium account. It's the secret upgrade. It's the next upgrade for Lua. You just wait for super premium and you get it's your first character. Oh, it's just a picture. Oh, I see. They're just trolling. Well, they certainly got me with that one. I'm pretty sure this isn't even aligned. It's not even aligned, it's a whole pixel off. Yeah, it's a whole pixel off. SMH, I knew I saw something was off. See? A whole pixel off. Well, I mean, it got to me at first glance, so I'm like, what the F is this? Okay, anyways, let's watch the thing. It's driving me crazy! Oh, okay, I can see. It's showing above the liberations and stuff. That is trippy. It is driving me crazy. It is driving me crazy. Ground spin. I feel like the Sentinel buff is going to drop off at this point. No, it's fine. introing back to Sentinel over Shorekeeper to keep the stellar realm going because the boss is gonna die. There's too much stimulation on the screen. Anyway, it's not a bad clear. That was an S1 Camellya. So about 8% stronger. 36 seconds. Not bad, not bad. Next we have Huang Xiaohan with the camera. What the F is wrong with the lighting? What the F is wrong with the lighting, guys? Is this dark mode? What the F is the camera angle? This is modded AF, right? This is modded AF. Or either that or I'm high. A zoom out mod? FF14 Ultimate flashbacks. I can't, it's driving me crazy. And every time Sanfa ults, you see the box around her thingy. How do you play with this? This is so trippy. This is so trippy. Nevertheless, a good clear, but this POV is driving me crazy. Okay, next is Detective Line. The Defective Line. We might have BGM. Was this recorded on a freaking potato? Guys. Oh, I mean it's mobile, right? Okay, whatever. The unregistered hypercam mobile POV. I'm getting dizzy. How do you swap that fast on mobile? With these frames? Okay, I mean surely the frames weren't actually this potato. Holy fuck! It's like lagging! Oh, powerful Sanha. Even the sound sounds deep fried. I can feel their phone overheating with this one. Oh, wow. That was about 45 seconds on mobile. That's pretty crazy. It's probably just the recording. Well, I mean, if the recording is that cooked, the phone is probably cooked. They could probably fry an egg on that thing. Okay, last but not least, Ultimate 6602. Oh, Roshroom gaming, let's go. Wait. They turned damage numbers off! Hang on, is that actually in the vanilla game or is that a mod? It feels so weird without the damage numbers. It's clean recording stuff, I'll say that. It's vanilla, oh I see. After all the other things we've seen, I don't know what's real and what's not anymore. Oh, they added the option this patch, I see. I was like, I must be crazy because I don't remember seeing that. Anyways, respect for the single intro rotation. Not bad, not bad. 52 seconds. Good rotation, good rotation. Gear's probably a bit more scuffed than others. Cause, you know, Gear does make quite a bit of a difference at the end of the day. Anyways, we got through them all, guys. That's all the submissions for this week. If you want to look at a list of all the submissions, check the Excel spreadsheet that I just linked in chat. You can see all the submissions in there, and if you want to like study the rotations, check out all the submitters links in there. Okay, and that wraps things up for the weekly challenge review. Yay! I say weekly, but I haven't planned a challenge for this week yet. I'm going to kind of iterate a bit and cook up something. Oh, and ranked submissions. Unranked submissions. Wait, we're not done yet. We're not done yet, guys. I lied. Unranked. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. I knew I was forgetting something. Okay. Unranked. So these are submissions that are not in any of the that do not go into any of the tiers and are just here for showcase. So let's see. Okay, here this is a meta team.
The lovely spell of all my prey. Astral modulation.
No BGM though.
Blockade. Be alert.
Reborn from ancient struggle.
Okay, so another single intro. Instantly into going into basic attack ground chain.
Crimson blossom.
Oh, that's the power of S2. Holy crap! 700 some K.
Ordained.
I was about to say, if Shredkeeper kills it, then I'd be like, what the F? Because it had a lot of health.
Feed my blossoms, self-deceivers.
But that being said, the clear time is still surprisingly mid for given the 700k nuke. This was did I not update? I didn't update the submitter. The submitter for this one was Red Glarn. God, I am cooked. Okay, the next one. This one is titled Cam's Wife versus Jinxi's Daddy. That's an interesting. Oh my god, BGM. I'm gonna play my own. Sorry. Okay, it's a solo, and it just for some reason starts out like this. What? A first frame. So, Camellya solo primarily seems to be using red. So the awkward thing is you have no... Buddy mode doesn't actually do anything for you. In fact, if anything, it's a debuff because you don't get any energy during it. Road Stream is a good choice for solo. I see a lot of people going for the ground basic combo instead of heavy. These aerial dodges look crazy. Actually pretty crazy. Oh my god, guys, we're seeing attacks that we haven't seen before because the boss isn't dead. But that being said, she's doing some mad damage. And just hardly in time for the 3-star clear. That's nice. So there's no if you can solo and get 3-star, okay, then anyone with Camellya shouldn't have any problem getting 3 stars, right? Well played. Okay, next we have sketches with a mobile clear, another mobile gamer. I'm ready for the potato recording. Then they had to run back us. Wait, a second time. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! That is comedy god. Thank you for this. Also, Regarca, thank you for Performance Prime. Yay! You had a better rotation that you forgot to submit. Wow, this. Thank you for this. This was hilarious. This made my day. You're so eager to get started. You like dash forward and you're like, oh wait a second. Okay, go. Oh wait a second. Okay, go. You stopped running at the end because you're like, okay, screw this. Like the first time you're like running in there, and then you're like, oh, never mind. Okay, ready and go. Okay, fine. I'll just walk this time.
In war with Tom. Loading.
Stay behind me. Lotus pervade.
Okay, single intro rotation. You love to see it. Oh, good dodge counter. 10 stacks. Oh, S2. S2 Giga. I'm always surprised to see how big the S2 burst is, like, cause you don't see anything different between the damage until the forte happens, and then boom. Yo, crab was finished. Epic. Nice clear. Thank you for the struggle at the start. Very relatable struggle. Okay, next we have from Gert. We have a solo, but this is not just any solo. It's a whale solo. It's an S6 Camellya. Let's see how powerful S6 is.
Don't run. Keep the dance going.
Okay. Doing the auto attack combo, spinning, damage is mid AF because wait, how does S6 work in solo? You still get you still get a base increase in here. So it's still like what, 150%? 150% without any pistols with S6. Second Forte.
Feed my blossoms, self-deceivers.
S6 looks really fun to solo with because you get the extended rotation, you know? Oh, look at the mid-air gameplay. The freaking mid-air gameplay.
Vitality?
Oh, that's cool. That is cool. For those who don't know what S6 does, you pretty much get a second cast of the Forte that, it does the same damage, but it only gives you half a bar. But it extends the rotation. Okay, next we have LH Tulio with another S6 Camellya. Let's see. But this one's gonna be in a full team context, I imagine. Okay, let's see. Starting with the skill, we got a Sharekeeper punch in there that actually works out pretty well because... Oh, that's awkward. Waiting for the Sunflower? You could do better than that. You could do like 2 slots during that time. 1 mil, holy giga damage. Holy. Half the time of this entire rotation was spent waiting for Sandfall's detonation to happen. This is just like half the rotation. You could take a nap during that Sandfall part. But all in all, pretty cool to see freaking atomic numbers. Yeah, you could have saved a few seconds, but still pretty cool. I'm just memeing. Okay, oh, another S6 one. They say roast fodder. But it's slower than the last one. Let's see. No, there's no music. I mean, no sound. Skill start. Sunho's skill as well. Oh, it's good detonate. What the F? What's going on here? Switching and getting ragdolled instantly. So, okay. You were asking for feedback, right? Well, 1. Do not do double intro with S6, okay? Yes, it makes sense because if the boss had infinite HP, you want Sanfua to cover your extended rotation. But it's going to be dead before you even get there, right? Which is something you always need to consider, right? Because with speedrunning, especially with like S6, you need to consider, okay, technically speaking, it's better to do this, but that's if the boss had infinite HP. Except, it doesn't have infinite HP. So, what do I need to do to make sure I get the most damage in the shortest time possible? Because after you press that Forte, you know the boss is gonna be almost dead already. If not, just flat out dead. Right? Like, do you really need to delay Sanfua intro if the boss dies you send her an intro at 4:43, and you kill the boss at 4:39. You had it for 4 seconds. Don't delay it. Just use it ASAP. Could it hurt to just send your whole Sanhua combo on the first swap? So you go Camellya skill into Sanhua combo into Sharkeeper, back to Sanhua, finish, just go straight into Camellya after that. That's my feedback. Anyways, cool. Nice to see the power of S6 Camellya. Definitely a very, very satisfying S6. Boom. Huge. You think we need a Sanhua guide? I've see what I could do. Cause there's also Lumi on the horizon. But, you know, it's not like I need to do anything new with Sanhua. I just need to put something together. So I'll see what I could do. And maybe I can make a mini guide. Okay, anyways. Now we have finished submissions. Yay! Thank you everyone for submitting your queries. There's definitely a lot of variety of like rotations and teams. I don't have a new theme prepared for this week, but based on what we saw from this week, I will cook for the next week. 90% of people are playing Sanhua wrong. I hate titles like that, but unfortunately that's what works on YouTube, you know? Yeah, maybe I'll take you up on that title. Maybe I'll take you up on that title. Anyways, so, on Wednesday, we're gonna continue with Lumi theory crafting. And, tomorrow, I'll see if I could cook something with, you know, maybe I'll cook a one-day Sanhua guide tomorrow. I'll just make a quick Sanhua thing. It'll basically be all the advanced tech and to tell people to stop canceling their skill with the ultimate. Cyan Pro Sanhua tag that you need to use. There's your clickbait SF title, you know. There's your clickbait title. Anyways, yeah, I'll cook something tomorrow. Is this Doki Doki Demon Record? Yes, it is. And then look forward to a new challenge on next week. But yeah, that's it for today. I don't have anything else planned for today. There's literally nothing to do in Wula. I was struggling to find something to do in Wula today. Yeah, I mean, it's a gacha game. What do you expect, right? It's a kind of a dead week this week. So I'll try to get some content out tomorrow, and I'll see you guys again on Wednesday to crunch the rat numbers. By the way, we finished getting her in the calculator last week. So this week we can try putting her in teams. And yeah, I know that Lumi is probably the least sensational topic in the world. Everyone's all hyped over 2.0 units, the new Echo sets, whatever, you know. And no one gives a crap about Lumi. But we have to do her numbers anyways, because I like to keep my calculator up to date and my knowledge up to date with all the new characters with math and not Fionscraft. Anyways, Let's find someone to raid out to and we'll catch you on Wednesday. Where cultural guide? Never. Sorry. Okay, who's streaming Wua? Yo, Wua has 3K viewers on Twitch. Game live. Oh, it's because someone's streaming with 2K viewers, I see. Who shall we raid? Who shall we raid?
You?
Okay, I found someone. They're a kid VTuber. I'm not allowed to raid. Oh, okay, I see how it is. Okay, never mind. Time to find someone else. Okay, this one. We'll raid this one. Okay, we're raiding a literal cat. A literal cat. Okay, I'll see you guys on Wednesday then for more number crunching and look forward to I'll cook something Sanhua tomorrow probably. Just to put some video guide out there to help people stop skill issuing. Cause it still happens. Okay. Bye bye. Bye bye. See you on Wednesday. Have a good rest of your night. Thank you for watching and thank you for all the submitters for giving us content today. Bye bye. Oh, raid message, guys. Copy paste the raid message, you Twitch people, copy paste the go. Oh, I forgot to self-plug myself. Make sure you join Discord and everything to keep up to date with all the new stuff. Yeah.